Those who live along the Great Lakes or St. Lawrence River are familiar with the ideas of rising and falling water levels. However, experts are saying that now might be the time to be concerned. The St. Lawrence River community of Clayton was visited by Dr. Drew Groenwald from the University of Michigan this week to learn more about the ups and downs of the Great Lakes. Across the Great Lakes, water levels are constantly changing. In 1 year, each lake can fluctuate 1 to 2 feet due to changes in precipitation and evaporation. But Dr. Groenwald's conversation mainly focused on conditions in the past 20 years with weather events many can recall.
In the late 1990s, the water levels across most of the Great Lakes plummeted. And they not just plummeted, but they stayed low for about 15 years. And when I say they stayed low, what I mean is Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron were consistently below average, and they didn't change as much as they had in the past.
From there, Dr. Groenwald said a narrative developed, this being one focused on extreme highs and lows on the Great Lakes, and more specifically,
about a future that would be dominated by climate change, increasing temperatures, and drought.
Fast forward to 2014, the entire Great Lakes system surged to record-breaking levels.
And when I say recorded history, I'm talking about a water level record that goes back to 1860.
Then again, focusing on 2017 and 2019 flooding events that hit close to home for many North Country residents.
We go from these record lows, a narrative of a future with drought and aridity and concern about low levels, and within 5 years, we're talking about extreme highs to the point where Lake Ontario sets 2 all-time record highs in a period of just a few years in 2017 and 2019.
But why does this cause concern? Dr. Groenwald warned that climate change is at play and essentially messing up nature's tug of war between evaporation and precipitation.
Imagine a tug of war between 2 teams, and they're pulling back and forth, and those 2 teams are getting stronger and stronger over time, just like precipitation and evaporation. The line in the middle may stay stable for a while, but if either one of those teams lets up at any given moment, what happens to the middle? It swings to one side or the other.
But what's in store for the future?
What we do think is going to happen is there are going to be changes in the way water levels oscillate between their extremes.
And he warned that this will impact residences along the Great Lakes, shoreline communities, and natural ecosystems.
And at some point, somebody may ask the question, how much water can you divert out of the Great Lakes without disrupting people's lives and without disrupting the ecosystem? That's a game changer, a major curveball in the narrative we're having about long-term water levels.
And Dr. Groenwald and his team at the University of Michigan are continuing to monitor and research the water levels on the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence River and see how climate change is truly impacting the region. For ABC 50 Now here in Clayton, I'm Isabella Colello.
For more local news, go to informnny.com or download the ABC 50 mobile app.